Hello and welcome everyone to Women Speakers Association, WSA TV. I'm Laura Rubenstein, your host and producer, community builder for Women Speakers Association, author of the book, Social Media Myths Busted, the Small Business Guide to Online Revenue, and your regular digital media and marketing strategist. Now, we have an incredible show for you today. It's all about taking on your personal power. What does that mean? How can you do that? So I want to go ahead and introduce you to our experts today and have them say hello, and then we'll get into the topic. So let's go ahead and say hi to Ms. Sarah. Hi, Sarah.
Hello everyone. Hello, Sarah Nation. This is Sarah Xavier, creator and founder of Freedom Coach Academy.
Great to have you here, Sarah.
Thank you.
And Suzanna, how are you?
I'm well. Hi, Laura. I am Suzanna Mathews, founder of the Date Maven and author of Revising Mrs. Robinson.
Awesome. Great to have you here. And welcome, Michelle.
Hello, Laura. Hello, my name is Michelle Van. I'm the CEO and founder of Sisters Can We Talk?
Oh, yes. Let's talk. And that's what we're going to do today. In fact, we're going to talk about personal power and women claiming their first personal power. And I'd like to ask you, Sarah, first, what advice do you have for women to do that? And you're on mute. You're on mute.
So, can you hear me now?
Yeah, thanks.
All right, perfect. So one of the things that I advise to women is not to minimize or take for granted their accomplishments. And the reason for that is that, we are very powerful and we do amazing things, but we think that that's the norm, and it's actually not. So do not minimize your accomplishment. We are supposed to be doing what we're doing, and whatever we're doing right now or we have done in the past is amazing, it's inspiring, and it's transformational.
Imagine a world of women thinking they're amazing for what the things they are and doing in the world. And Susanna, I think you might agree with that. And what advice do you have?
I completely agree with what Sarah said. And I would add that I always encourage women to know who you are and what you want. When you can answer those questions, then you're better able to choose the relationships that are right for you and that will be happy and healthy for you.
Okay, so when you know who you are, you accept your accomplishments, you're really starting to take on that personal power. And Michelle, what would you like to add?
Thank you, Laura. I would love to add to that as we begin to get on this merry-go-round that we call life, that it's about taking our power, because for so often we are going up and down, and we are to and fro on that merry-go-round. It goes up and down. But it's really about seizing that power and taking that time to step off so that we can reevaluate where we're going and how we're going to get there.
And how would you say women could step off the merry-go-round?
Well, first of all, you have to recognize that you're on that merry-go-round and that you've probably seen this tree before. And so there's some times when we have to just begin to say, you know what, I'm done, and I'm going to step off and begin to launch into our new adventure.
So we've got awareness of our amazingness, awareness of where we've been and that we see the pattern happening to step off, and then really defining and getting clear on who we are, which is what you all said. Wow, what if we had a world like that, huh?
Wow.
So you all have come to this level of expertise to get this, information in our hands. I want to know who you work with and what you do with them, and what you're really passionate about doing with those your clients. So Sarah, tell us.
Well, basically, I work with purpose-driven entrepreneurs at heart, and especially women, because I know that, again, we minimize our accomplishment. We think that we cannot do enough when we actually have the power. If we know and learn how to use our feminine power, we can achieve amazing things. We can go really far. So it's a matter of learning how to use that feminine power to get us to where we're going to be.
And I'm taking it you have some personal experience in that. And do you have a story of how you came to this work that you do?
Come here.
Sarah? Are we losing you?
You got cut off. Can you repeat the question?
Sure. I just want to know, how did you come to this work?
Oh, well, long story short, I lived for years in a very abusive relationship, and that kept me paralyzed for a long time and lived with depression. But I felt that at some point I felt that I had no hope, but I didn't have any other choice. So I decided to turn around, take back my life, take charge of my life, and get out of that abusive relationship and reinvent myself, find out who I was. Obviously, I have to realign my values. What is it that I believe in? And thanks to great mentors and coaches, I was able to get out of that and find what was my purpose and establish my mission and inspire and support other women that they are able to reinvent themselves as well and find their self-worth, their identity, and be powerful.
Well, that is a powerful story. So thank you for taking on your personal power and finding those mentors, and now you mentor others. That's amazing. So I'd like to also hear from Suzanna. Who do you work with? What do you do with them?
I typically work with, Laura, proactive singles, men and women both, who are between mid-20s to mid-60s. So some have been married before, some have not, who are really ready to find love, whether that is self-love or the love of another, or ideally both, because without the foundation of self-love, we're not quite ready for that adventure of finding the love of another.
Oh, that's okay. I think that's a golden nugget personal power tip, finding that self-love. Thank you. So how did you come to this work?
Well, it's a very passionate purpose that I feel in my life. And I've always been interested in the subjects of sexuality and culture and gender differences, gender communications, things like that. That's always been my academic interest, but my personal interest as well. And I was very motivated to write Revising Mrs. Robinson for an audience of older women dating younger men, because I saw how many stereotypes and biases there were working against that kind of relationship.
Wow. So you really inspire men and women to do what's authentic for them. So
absolutely.
Great. Well, thank you for that. And let's learn a little bit more about Miss Michelle and who you work with and what you do.
I tend to work with women. That's how we got the name Sisters Can We Talk. Our focus is really on having those conversations that you would have had with your mom or your grandma or your aunt. And for some of our young ladies, those people are not in their lives. And so it really is about helping them have those conversations, mentoring through a Healthy Me initiative. And so kind of like Suzanne, we don't necessarily focus 100% on relationships, but we do focus on having healthy me relationships. So relationships with myself, figuring out how do I have healthy me? How do I become healthy, mind, body, and soul?
I love the fact that you give support to people who haven't had it in their life. A good feminine role model. That's just powerful. So how did you come to this work?
Well, my husband and I work with a group called Young Life, and part of that is that we only deal with high school girls. And so a lot of the young ladies were saying, well, what do? We graduate, and then we kind of do what? Because they expect us to be adults. And I don't really know how to be an adult. So what am I supposed to do now? And so that's kind of how it was birthed.
Wow. Okay, well, I think we have a power team here. From your stories of, reaching out into the community, helping people with their self-love, transforming through mentorship, those are the secrets, everyone, to personal power. And that, we made it possible here on Women Speakers Association for women to come together and empower each other and to get their work out more visibly. And so I'd like to hear from each of you, what has this journey in Women Speakers Association, why did you even join, and what do you love about it? Sarah?
Well, first of all, my mission is to collaborate with women, because I know that we can be stronger if we support each other and we share our skills. We can eliminate our blocks together. We can find empowerment, courage, inspiration. That's definitely my mission. So being part of an organization that benefits and that I can support like-minded women and create leverage and expand our credibility and our influence to inspire other women, why not? So I thought, it's a great organization, so I definitely want to be part of it.
I think you summarized it so beautifully, leveraging the like-mindedness of women who want to empower each other. I love it. All right, Suzanna, what attracted you to Women Speakers Association?
Well, I was initially attracted to WSA for the rich resources that seem to be available for people who are either launching a speaking career or wanting to take it to the next level. But I also have to add that I feel like I have a message that I really want to share with the world. And so I feel like WSA is a great resource for me to amplify that message.
Absolutely. Yes, and we're doing that today.
Yes, we are.
Yes, and just like that. And Michelle, tell us what brought you here to Women Speakers Association.
Well, I would ditto what Sarah and Suzanne said. I think it's a great resource. I think it's a great way for us to be able to network together, and for us as women to be able to show that, we can work together, we can do things, and we are more powerful together than we are on our own.
You just espoused the mission of Women Speakers Association to be a collaborative force in the world for women and positive change. If any of you out there are inspired by these women today that you've heard, I want to invite you to come over and join us. We have a free membership waiting for you at joinwsa.com. And if you really want to do what Suzanna said and amplify your message, you'll want to get involved at the premier level, which is a screaming good deal. Again, it's at joinwsa.com. So this has been an amazing, empowering show. Thank you so much, all the women experts who have been here, for your wisdom. Please look them up online. You see their website addresses below. Please feel free to reach out to them, and we are here for you. We'll be back with another episode of WSA TV. Bye for now.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Have a great
Thank
day.
you.
Appreciate it, Laura.